Hi guys, good morning to everyone. So today I am going to discuss the topics on thermodynamics every day in our life. Okay. So if you want to know the reason for why energy is important in day-to-day life, every industrial revolutions or even homemakers or home any residential and commercial buildings, we are fearing about that paying electricity bill. So this is electricity bill is indirectly suffers the amount of energy we are using. So why this is the day-to-day life comes to our life? If you want to understand, that's happened because of the industrial revolutions. That industrial revolution takes place by with the help of thermodynamics. Okay. So today classes we will discuss about the importance of thermodynamics, how it impact in our day-to-day life. So in the modern world, electrical power is the widespread in everywhere. From the layman to industrial persons, everywhere thinking on that how much of electricity bill in our day-to-day life. So how much money we have to pay for that. Okay. Apart from that rental, we are thinking on the electricity bill only. So that much of importance given. So how it is impact in our life, that we will see. Okay. So thermodynamics, so is the definition for thermo means heat and dynamics means motions. Heat and motions so plays in a scientifically to develop the work. Okay. Either it may be any kind of work. Okay. So there are two kinds of thermodynamics energy will be there. One is the ordered one, another one is the disordered one. So okay, the energy which are electrical, electromagnetic and mechanical, they are the ordered kind of energy, and disordered kind of energy is a heat, because heat is the irreversibility. Once you convert into any other form of heat, now we can't get the 100% get back, but in the case of electricity, so 100% we can reverse process it takes place. That's why so energy plays in the vital role. So that's why so energy plays in the major role in our day-to-day life. So according to the second law of thermodynamics, there will be detailed converted to any other form of energy. So but in the disordered things, we may not go for the 100% efficiency from the heat. So heat cannot be directly used. It can be used with the help of electricity only. Okay. So in addition, multi-output generations there are currently developed throughout the world. So not only for the power generation through the power plant, nowadays we can go for the fuel cells. So fuel cells is the latest technology from which we can generate electricity as well as the pure water for the novel technologies for implementing this. So what is the background of the thermodynamics is that if you know the importance of physics. So physics, if you want to understand, that is the application of physics and thermodynamics are both are interrelated to each other. So if you want to know about our day-to-day applications, fan. So if you want to switch on the fan and switch off the fans, this is because of application of thermodynamics only. So then electricity. So what are the source of energies that convert into electricity? You know, hydroelectric power plant, nuclear power plant, and a coal-based power plant, okay, and a renewable energy power plant. All are the applications of thermodynamics only. So telephones, okay. So physics involved in the telephones. So what is the impact of telephone? It converts in your voice signal into another end voice signal. So in between it converts into your voice signal into electrical signal. That electrical signal is converting into other side will be in the voice signal. That is the conversion of energy will take place. That is because of our thermodynamics only. So nuclear power plant. So mass and energy plays in the nuclear power plant. That is because of the energy balance. If you want to design any thermal based power plant with the application of thermodynamics only, we can solve. So nuclear power plant is the very dynamic one. So which is application of thermodynamics only. So internet. So nowadays layman's everyone know, so internet is in the 2 GB, 3 GB, that is because of internet only. But scientifically you can think about the data storage systems. That is happen with the application of thermodynamics. Next, if you come to the day-to-day life, whatever the appliances in our home, we are using that radio, okay, refrigerator, okay, then pressure cooker, all are with the application of thermodynamics only. If you think about that, we have the three important parameters will be that system, boundary and environment. So all how heat will be transferred from the inside the system. When you give the heat at the bottom of the pressure cooker, it will be energized. We can release it in the air okay, pressurized air at the outlet, that is because of application of thermodynamics only. So refrigerator by default, you know, so when you giving the electrical energy to the refrigerator, okay, it feels comfort in our inside the specified area and releases the hot heat at outside. So in that we can keep cool our whatever be the day-to-day life products like vegetables, milk products, everything. Okay, similarly, we can think about that all industrial applications, that is the aerospace applications, okay, and then any other novel technologies. Okay, and before that, who invented this thermodynamics? So thermodynamics is developed in the 17th century. Okay, initially, okay, any work or physical work can be done with the help of vacuum engine only. Okay, when you pressurized air supplying, it can done some movement of object from one place to another place. So after invention of the thermodynamics, that is the when you heat the water, it gives the steam. When you supply the steam, the movement of motion of object from one place to another place, that is the key idea of the any industrial revolutions in the world. Okay, this is what happened. So it is developed by the Hero of Alexandria, who is the person who developed the first thermoscope. So now we think about that history of thermodynamics. So initially, already told, initially it will be of the vacuum device they got developed to do the any physical work moving from one place into another place. So after that, it will go for the vacuum engines they are developed. Okay, from the vacuum engine, still we are not get the more efficiency. Then think about that heating of the fluid like water, it evaporates. Okay, because of that evaporates, motion will take place. That is the name called Pepin engines. So after that, the Carnot engine, Sadiq Carnot enters into that thermodynamic field. He is the person to develop the engines. So modern whatever the engines we are using, so the basic principle is the Carnot engine. So that's why technically we people call it as a ideal cycle is the Carnot cycles. So now think about the industrial revolution. Keep on I am mentioning what industrial revolution the thermodynamics makes. So in first industrial revolution, we may think about the communications. It belongs to only printed papers. But for energy, we think about that only steam. But transport, we thinking about only rail. Okay. So the first industrial revolution lead to the printing of decimal materials and use of steam as a source for any work as to done. And transport means we can use the rail. And second industrial revolutions, okay, printed papers is converting for communication, we may use the telephone, is the second industrial revolution. Similarly for the energy thing, we may think about the fossil fuels. Fossil fuels means either it may be diesel or petrol. Okay, then it can be available at a certain period of only. So depletion problem will take place of the energy in the year of 1973. So after that, the people are thinking about that. So what is the next version? They are thinking about that renewable based energy systems. So nowadays we feel that the solar, wind, biomass, geothermal. So everything, if you think analyze on that, any solar radiations, so that is how it converting to electricity because of thermodynamics. How? Why? Because if you consider any solar panels, so what is the input to the panel? The solar radiations, that is the heat energy. Otherwise we call it as a light energy falls on the semiconducting materials like silicon or germanium or gallium arsenide or any other novel technology materials, that is the inorganic or organic materials. It converts into corresponding DC output power. So that is, if you go for the analysis, one form of energy that is converting into another form of energy. So that is the understanding of thermodynamics in their renewable energies. Next, transport. After the rail, so people are moving into the comfort zone. So with the application of the development of automobile industries, car. So third industrial revolutions. Over telephone, what is the next industrial revolution? Internet. Okay. So through internet, we can voice call, we can use it. So everything with the help of this thermodynamics. Then the energy, we think about renewable energies. So already we have discussed it. Next, transport, we think about the IoTs. So these are the industrial revolution that takes place because of the thermodynamics. Next, we think about that origin of thermodynamics, already mentioned. So in the year of 19th century only, so how to build a better steam engine. So we have to analyze or better understanding, have to go for thermodynamics. If you design any thermal component, so you have to energy balance equation with the help of thermodynamics, we have to understand. And so why I am keep on telling thermodynamics is important na? So thermodynamics is constructed by the basics laws of thermodynamics. Okay, I will explain you with examples of each laws. First law will be the zeroth law of thermodynamics. Okay, so when consider any three objects A, B and C. Okay, as per the thermodynamics, if you consider A and B are in thermal equilibrium, similarly B and C are in thermal equilibrium now, as per the law of thermodynamics, A and C also in thermal equilibrium. So this is the law we can implement in the thermometers. Thermometers applications everybody knows, to measure the temperature of any substance, like a industrial based substance, temperature of any fluids or any in our body, day to day life you are measuring our body. So why they are important? Because thermal equilibrium. Thermal equilibrium is the temperature have to same. Consider the thermometer. If you insert your thermometer in our tongue, okay, so what are three objects will be there? Our body and tongue and thermometer, all the three medium. Okay, if you having the same temperature, that is our body and tongue have the same temperature, and similarly the tongue and thermometer should be in the same temperature now. As per the zeroth law of thermodynamics, your body and thermometer shows the same temperature. This is the application of zeroth law of thermodynamics we are measuring. Okay, consider the thermodynamics. Next we think about the first law of thermodynamics. So it is the law of conservation of energy. Okay, everyone knows the laws of conservation of energy, that is energy can neither be created or neither be destroyed. One form of energy is converted into another form of energy. Can I give an example now? Everybody knows. Okay, for example, in thermal power plant, okay, if the coal is the consists of chemical energy. If you burn the coal, what will it releases the heat. There chemical energy is converted into heat energy. So what we can use that heat energy? If you boil the waters, okay, that heat energy is converting into steam because of boil the waters. Okay, liquid you can boil, it converts into steam. What is the application of steam? That steam energy passing through the turbines is converted into corresponding mechanical energy. There also energy conversion takes place. What is the use of that mechanical energy? Finally output we can get the electricity. That with the help of the mechanical energy is converting into electrical energy. So there the cycle will be takes place everywhere. So one form is to another form. Either may be chemical energy or any other mechanical energy or any other may be gravitational force, everything because of this first law of thermodynamics. So when you think about our body, so what is the input to our body? Food. Okay, so what is the output? We are doing the physical work. So what is the anything? Can you get 100% efficiency? Not, because of the loss will be takes place in our body, that is the heat loss. So when you take the 100 kilocalories of food daily, so we may not do the 100 kilocalories of equivalent work. Some loss will be there. So that loss I have to analyze with the help of the second law of thermodynamics, because first law of thermodynamics I have explained only the energy conversions. So if you want to know why the deviation it takes place because of the loss, that I have to explain with the help of second law of thermodynamics. Similarly, not only for human body, if you go for the any vegetables or any plants, photosynthesis, how it is taken place. Okay, it's a green thing will available inside the plant, but we need a energy, that is the solar radiation is converted into corresponding glucose through their plant growth. So there is also energy conversion will take place. So next we'll think about the second law of thermodynamics. Second law of thermodynamics, we have the two laws will be there, that is the Kelvin's law statement and one is the Clausius statement. So Kelvin's law statements, what they are telling now, so 100% we are not converted into one form into another form without any losses. Clausius statements, what they are telling now, okay, without adding any external source of supply. For example, so in our room having the temperature of 20 degrees centigrade, but outside we have the temperature of 25 degrees centigrade. Can it is possible heat can flow from the inside room temperature to outside room temperature? Obviously, as a layman itself can tell it is not possible, but it is possible only with the application of external source of supply, that is called pump. how pump will work while applying the electrical energy. So while adding that external source of supply only, we are moving into heat can extract from the low temperature to higher temperature at the outside. So this is the law of the nature, but it can develop with the help of external source of supply. How it is happen? This is because of second law of thermodynamics. Okay. So what is the outcome of second law of thermodynamics? Entropy. So entropy is a everything basic thing. So best example of entropy can I give means, as a human body, when you put on the hot cup of coffee in a cold place, what will happen? Definitely heat will be liberated to the atmosphere. Can you think on the reverse process? Okay, in hot places, can you keep it in the cold coffee? It becomes hot? Obviously not. Why? Because this is the law of against the nature. So that's why. So this is the name called entropy. So next we think about that. What is the forms of energy which are available in a, as per the thermodynamics laws now, we have that energy, low grade energy and high grade energy. Okay, low grade energy, we think about that heat. Heat is the low grade energy and work is the high grade energy. So that's why, so heat cannot be used for all the purpose, that we have to convert into corresponding work, or work in the form of mechanical energy or in the form of electrical energy. So they are the high grade energy. Why? Because thinking on the high grade energy, while converting the high grade energy, it is the energy only 100% converted to any form of energy. If you think about heat energy, it cannot be 100% converted into corresponding other kind of energy. That's why we are thinking on the high grade energy. So this thermodynamics help us to convert any form of energy into electrical energies in the form of high grade energy. Is a another advantage will be is a readily available energy. Okay, when you switch on your buttons, the energy will be available in the form of electricity. This is not happen in the heat energy. So we have to go for a system, and it takes time to convert into heat energy. So these are all the problems with other things. So this is the things of importance of thermodynamics in our day-to-day life. Okay. So I understand you can, I hope you can understand that what is the importance of thermodynamics in our day-to-day life. So I hope so everyone feel as a thermodynamics is our plays a vital role in our life, day-to-day life. Okay. Thank you.